Hello, first graders. It's time for math. Thank you for joining me today. In order to be successful and responsible in first grade math today, you need a whiteboard with your marker. Okay, I do have my Unifix cubes, my linking cubes nearby. If you don't, that's okay. We're probably going to draw more than we're going to use these today. But I do have them close by. And then I also have my math workbook. And I am on the lesson 7 problem set. So if you're on the page that we last worked on and you feel like you're turning a lot of pages, you might be, because we do actually skip a lesson. So keep turning those pages till you see the lesson 7 problem set. You'll see beads and peanuts and carrots up here at the top. Alright, go ahead and pause me in order to grab those things and we'll get started. Here's our I can statement for today. It says, I can compare numbers as greater or fewer. Okay? So what we're going to be working with today is we're going to be working with two different numbers. When you are successful today, you will be able to figure out which number is greater. Greater means the bigger number. And which number is fewer or less. Alright? Let's go ahead and get started. In order to be successful with me, you're also going to have to set up your board in a certain way today. Okay, so I have my whiteboard. It's going long ways in front of me. Okay, so you can see it's long. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split my board in half. So I'm going to just draw a nice straight line down, split it in half. Okay? I said we'd be working with two different numbers, so I want one side to be for one number and one side to be for the other. Now, we're also going to draw our place value charts. So here's how you draw one. It's kind of like a big lowercase t, okay? And then you're going to put at the top of the tens column a T for 10 and a O for ones. Okay, this is our place value chart. We want one for each side. So after you finish your first one, go to the other side and you're going to do another big T. Okay, 10 spot and a ones column. Okay, so both sides should look the same. Now, when I said you can have your Unifix cubes nearby, that's great, but we actually might be getting into some numbers where we're not going to be able to make both numbers with our cubes. So that's why I said we'd be drawing. And if we are drawing numbers using ones and tens, let's say I have the number 12. Okay, I can use my place value chart to help me draw the number 12. I see under the tens column there's one 10. When I'm drawing a 10, I'm going to draw a straight line. Okay, kind of looks like if you shrunk one of these linking cube sticks down, it would just be a straight line. Okay, and then for the ones, I see I have 2. We would draw 2 circles, which we have practiced this year. Okay, so I would call this 1, 10, 2 ones, 12, 10, 11, 12. Okay, go ahead and try that one with me if you haven't been following along. Go ahead and write your 12 in the place value chart, and then draw it with a 10 and 2 ones. Okay. Now let's compare that 12, right? 1, 10, 2. We're going to compare it to another number. We're going to compare it to the number 5. Notice when I write the number 5 in my place value chart, there's nothing in the tens column, and that's okay. Not every number has tens. 5 is simply 5 ones, okay? It's in the ones column. Let's draw 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, here's my trick to you first graders. If you're ever trying to find a number that is greater, remember the word greater means bigger than, okay? A greater number will have more tens. Or if two numbers have the same amount of tens, then we'll look at the ones and see who has the greater number of ones. Now, looking at 12 and 5, I already noticed something. I notice that there's a 10 in the number 12. I drew it and I see it in the chart. And there is no 10 in the number 5. So right off the bat, I can say, oh, this number is greater. It has more 10s, right? 1 is more than 0. So this number has more 10s. So 12 is greater than 5. Can you say that with me? 12 is greater than 5. Good job. Now I could also reverse that and I could say, all right, first graders, which number is fewer or less than? Which number is fewer? Fewer means less, the smaller number. If you're looking for the smaller number, you want to look for what number has the least amount of 10s. Okay? Well, 0 or 1. 0 is less than 1, so 5 is fewer than 12. Can you say that with me? 5 is fewer than 12. All right, so we'll look at those 10s first and then the 1s. I know 5 1s is more than 2 1s, but since this one has a 10, it trumps everything. Okay, let's try it with 2 other numbers. So you're going to have to be kind of careful with your erasing. We're going to try to leave these place value charts here, so if you can, I have a little tissue here so I can use my fingers to gently erase my numbers, but not my chart. Let's try 2 other numbers. Over here, I want you to write the number 39 in your place value chart. 3 10s, 9 1s. And on the other side, write the number 21. 2 10s, 1 1. So we have 3 10s, 9, and 2 10s, 1. What if we're just looking at the numbers here? Let's go ahead and draw. We have 3 10s, 10, 20, 30, and 9 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now let's try 21. 21 is 2 10s, 10, 20, 1, 2, and 1 1. Okay, now remember, we want to look at the 10s first. If I ask you, first grader, which number is greater than? Which number is greater? We want to first look at our 10s. So on both numbers, we have 3 10s. We see that in our pictures too. So we can use the numbers or we can use the pictures. We have 3 10s over here and only 2 10s over here. So circle the greater number. Go ahead on your board, circle the greater number. You should have circled 39. 3 10s is more than 2 10s. Okay. Now that means 21 is fewer than 39. Let's put a box around the number that is less. 21 is less than 39. Say that with me. 21 is less than 39. Nice job. Why don't we try one more? So erase the picture and erase your numbers, but try to leave that place value chart. All right. Why don't we do 15, 15, 1, 10, 5. Let's do 17 over on the other side. Okay, 15 and 17. We can draw our pictures. So 15, I see in the tens column, there's a 1. So 1, 10. Ones, there are 5. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And 17, we see in our tens column, 1, 10, and 7 ones. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Keeping my principles on those rows of 5 so that it's easy for me to see how many I have. All right. Now let's take a peek. Which number is fewer? How can we figure out which number is fewer? Well, first things first, we want to look at our tens. And what's the matter here? We have 110 on this side and 110 on this side. So, do you remember what I said we have to look at? If our tens are the same, then we look at our ones. Okay, so I have 5 ones and 7 ones, and I'm deciding which is fewer? Which one is less? Is 5 less or is 7 less? Which one is the smaller number? I think you're right. 5 is less than 7. So 15 is fewer. Okay, I can see in my picture as well. 5 is less than 7 ones that I see over here. So it's very important today that we're paying attention. Are they asking us which is greater, or are they asking us which is fewer? And no matter which one they ask us, we can always look at the tens first, and if there are the same number of tens, then we move to the ones. Otherwise, hint, hint, all you have to do is look at the tens, and you'll know. If the tens are different, you'll know which number is greater or fewer. Great work. Let's take some time to erase our board and grab our math book. All right, I have my math book. Remember, we are on the lesson 7 problem set today. Okay, you should see number 1 with beads, peanuts, and carrots. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 to start. I have my pencil here, and I'm going to read the directions for us. For each pair, write the number of items in each set. Then circle the set with the greater. Ooh, you can underline this with me. Greater number of items. Remember, greater means bigger. Okay? So, let's start with number 1 together. I'm going to give you a hint and see how they're all strung on a necklace. That means there are 10. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, we're going to write on the first line. And go ahead and count up the next number. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1, 10, 9 ones. All right, so now that we have both numbers, we need to circle the one that is greater. Which one is greater? Is 13 or 19 bigger? I see they both have 110, so I can't go by that rule. I have to look at my ones. Is 3 bigger or is 9 bigger? Right, 19 is greater. Let's look at number 2. Each bag of peanuts has 10, so we have 1, 2, 3 tens, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. 3, 10, 6. What number is that? 36. You got it. And our bundle of carrots is 1, 10, and 1, 2, 3 carrots that are ones. We have 36 and 13. Let's use that trick of looking at our tens. We have 3 tens or we have 1 10. Which one is greater? 3 tens is a value of 30. 1 10 is only a value of 10. 30 is much greater. So 36 is our greater number. All right, for the next two, I'd like you to pause and try to do numbers 3 and 4 on your own. Before you go ahead, I want to take a look at number 4 with you. Okay, let's try to make this a little simpler because this is a lot of circles to count. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a row of 5, and a row of another 5. Let's just go ahead and circle those 2 rows of 5 so we know that that's 10. Okay, I see another 2 rows of 5. Let's do the same thing and circle. Okay, then we see 2 more rows. Let's circle those 2 rows as well. Ah, that's much better. Now I see 3 groups of 10 instead of a whole bunch of dots. Okay, go ahead and pause. Do numbers 3 and 4, then push play when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, hopefully you were responsible. You pushed pause and you're ready to go. For number 3, I see 3 groups of 10. That's 30. And then I see 2 groups of 10, 2 tens, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 29. Ooh, I have 30 and 29. Well, I know I can just look at my tens. Over here I have 3. 3 tens is more than 2 tens. So you should have circled 30. Then on number 4, you have 10, 20, 30 again. And then you have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. 3 tens too. Ooh, they both have 3 tens. But this one has a little extra, 2 more ones. This one has no ones. So 32 is the greater number. If you got those, great. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Let's take a look. We're going to do letters A and C before we move on. Okay? It says circle the number that's greater. So still, we want to find the number that's greater or bigger in each pair. Okay, we have 1 10, 2 ones, or 3 tens, 2 ones. Here's what Mrs. Garris likes to do. I like to write the number that is, so that I can see with my eyeballs a little better. If I have 1 10 and 2 ones, what number is that? 1 10 and 2 ones. What number is that? 12. Good. And if I have 3 tens, 2 ones, 3 tens, 2 ones, what number is that? 32. All right. Now, let's look at our tens. Over here we had 1 10. Over here we have 3 tens. Can we tell right away which number is greater? We sure can. 3 tens is greater than 1 10, right? So we should circle that. And then the last one, letter C, 19 or 15. Which number is greater? They both have 1 10. I see in their tens place. So I look at the ones. Which one has more ones? 9 is greater than 5 ones, so 19 is the greater number. Great work. We're going to turn the page, and now we're going to think about the number that is fewer. So I see beads and crayons now. Now we're going to think about the number that is fewer. We're going to circle the one that is less. Okay, fewer is the same thing as less than. All right. Our beads here, I have 1 10, 1 2 3 ones, 13, or 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, 13 and 19. Now, don't get ahead of yourself here, first grader. Remember, now it's fewer. Which number is fewer? So the smaller number, is 13 smaller or is 19 smaller? We should have circled 13. That is the fewer number. It's less or it's smaller. All 3 of those words mean the same thing. Okay, let's take a peek at our crayons and our markers over here. And over here we have a box of 10. Okay, so 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 crayons. And how many markers? 10, 11 markers. Which one is fewer? They both have 1 box of 10, so they both have 1 10. So I need to look at the ones. Who has fewer ones? Now we're thinking fewer. Is 4 fewer or is 1 fewer? 1 is fewer. 11 is less than 14. Nice work. Okay, go ahead, pause me. Do number 9 and 10 on your own. Then check your work with me. Pause, pause, pause. Do it on your own. Then check the answer with me. For number 9, you should have 11, and you should have 20. 11 is fewer than 20. For number 10, you should have 4 10s, 0 1s, so 40. And 2 10s, 6 1s, 26. 2 10s is much less than 4 10s, so 26 is fewer. Great work. If you'd like to try some more of these ones down here, you're free to do that on your own. Right now we're going to wrap up our video so that you, if you're ready, can go to Seesaw and finish your exit ticket. Do not do the exit ticket in your book today. Do the exit ticket on Seesaw. Alright? Thanks for working with me. Remember, greater means more, fewer means less.